Settle down, settle down, settle down, settle down. How is everyone? How is everyone? I hope you've all had a fantabulous weekend. I've had a few emails, answered fuck all of them. So I do apologise. I had a bit of a weekend off. So this week I will be getting round to getting onto them. Don't you worry. I will be answering them. But this weekend was all about child-free and spending some time with Mrs. Harsh, the boss, and not being on this platform and listening to some of the lunatics that have been on here. Let's have a look in the comments. How is everyone? If it's your first time over here, you'll know how much we love going round everyone individually and giving them shout-outs. Nah, not really. The dog is down by my feet. I did have a second camera hooked up, but for some reason, because the phone thinks I'm going to sleep, it's turned itself off. It shut itself down, so I can't have dog cam, but I'll set that up next time, so you'll have dog cam as well as harsh cam. It's starting already, isn't it? It's trying to give me ads. You don't want them, do you? So, how is everyone? I hope you're all well. What's everyone up to? There's a few bits and pieces to talk about. What's that, Dixie? Hey, Pops, I've been sick all weekend. I'm in bed. Bloody hell, Dixie. I hope that's not anything serious. Hello, Kathy. What mods have we got in? I've got to keep an eye on this. Hold on a second. Look. I'm going to pull that screen. Try not to twat the camera off. What's that doing down there? Got like a screen there, and there's a little friggin' picture over there as well. Who's having buffering? The banner, that's it. The banner is like you're supposed to. Either smash the like or I'll smash you. What have we got likewise? We've got I don't even know what that's doing. What's that doing? Like viewer activity. We got likes, 204 likes, and I think we got 200 and something in. So we've got some freeloaders. Hello, Country Christian, first time on a live. What's the is everybody getting buffering? What's going on with the buffering? Let's have a look. If I go to, it's on normal latency. So it should be okay. Don't know what it's doing. YouTube's not receiving enough video to maintain. I don't know what it's doing. You'll have to let me know. How it's going on as time progresses. How's the picture and everything apart from? But hold on a second. Let me see if I can get rid of that. What's that doing? Can we get rid of that? Get shot of that. We should be all right. Hello, Daughter of Scotland. Who else have we got? We've got Daughter of Scotland in on the mods. We've got Sugar and Spice, Dixie. Who else have we got? Who else? Seems to be okay now. For some reason, even on the last live, it says that YouTube's buffering. For me, it's not buffering. On this program, it's not buffering. I have no idea. I don't want to shut that one down because the chat seems to be quicker on that than it does on this. So I'm not 100% sure what it's doing. No more buffering now. Or no buffering. No more or no more. No, comma, more or no more, comma, not comma. Someone's got no buffering here. We'll see how we go. Let's see how it goes. So, what are we talking about? We've got no further forward in the Idaho college murders, I see. It's not been solved yet then. Surprise, surprise. But we are still getting the same stories being replicated over and over and over again. What do you guys know? Have you been following it? Bloody well harsh from a redneck old lady from America. Look, I can do that. Look, what are we doing? Hello, harsh. Greetings from North Carolina, USA. Hello, tiny dancer. Hello, everyone. So, what is where are we in terms of the Idaho murders then? So there's quite a lot of stuff coming out. They've kind of now trying to boo-poo the fact that there was a stalker. They're trying to say that there was no stalker. The parents have come out and said she wasn't being stalked after all, and if she was, they'd know about it. As Brianna says, thank you for everyone who has joined. And I will say one thing as well, this nearly as important as all these other things. The cat, it has actually ventured downstairs since the introduction of the dog. Yes, Casper has found out that he can come downstairs after all. I've caught some of your coverage on a previous case. You're cheeky. I respect that. I do try and be a little bit. I think you've got to be. Buffering. I don't even know why it's buffering. I friggin' hate YouTube. What's it doing now? Bitrate is lower than the recommended. We recommended that you use a stream bitrate. Can't change it. Don't know what that's talking about. Can't change the bitrate, I'm afraid. It is what it is. Well, it says that. Let's have a look. I might be able to do something. Let's just click on this. Look. NDI output. I'm not changing that, am I? Virtual cam, virtual. I'll have a look next time. That's getting all too complicated for me. Some people have got issues. Some people haven't. It might be your end. I'm not saying it is. But anyway, before we lose train of thought, look, we're back to Idaho. We've gone all the way back to Idaho, and waiting on forensics. Now, this place is going to be a bit of a nightmare in terms of forensics. And let's have a look why. Because they're basically saying now, look, that this place was a known party spot. Taxi driver says that's where people go to get the D word. Try not to say stuff what gets stuff kicked off. A section of Moscow, Idaho, where 4 University of Idaho students were murdered earlier this month, is a known party spot. There we go. So, a known party spot isn't anywhere that's around anything to do with students, something to do with parties. I just don't get it. Do you know what I mean? That is what it is. I don't see this sort of information trying to be used as an explanation as to why this would happen. I don't get it. It's no different than anywhere near any other college or university in the world. You know, most surrounding areas around, I don't know, around colleges, there'll be drinks and stuff. The only thing I do know is that the neighbour is the most dodgiest person that I've seen out of everybody. I'm not saying he's done anything, but that neighbour is a sketchy. Fucking hell, he's sketchy. But we could be waiting for forensics. I do not know. You can imagine what that's going to be like. You've obviously got cross-contamination from the victims itself. You've got loads of people who have been in this house. The countless number of people who have had something to do with this property. It would be a nightmare. And I don't even know if they'd be able to get a sample of anything that could be used. You know, it's a difficult one. I don't know what you lot are thinking. But for you guys, does any of you guys have any idea or any thoughts on what you think is going here? Because if you have, one thing I will say is you're probably ahead of law enforcement, because I genuinely don't think they have a clue. I could be wrong. I'm not wrong often, but I genuinely don't think law enforcement have the first clue. I genuinely don't. And I don't think the parents do either, who have come out and spoke. Everything they say, and I know the excuse is always about, the integrity of the case itself and making sure, let me get rid of this because this might not be helping things. Don't want to spend the whole live threatening you guys. He's not even really a neighbour, right? Well, he's somewhat, he reckons that he is. He lives nearby, can hit the house with a ball and stuff like that. He's the dodgiest person I've seen. Sorry, but for me, he is. I don't even know with this one. I feel like I'm chasing my tail. Not much to say at that rate, as you that know me well know. When you try and read something in your head, and really you should have read it properly. Forensics is going to be a complete nightmare. I genuinely don't know how they're going to get around it all. It's going to be a right nightmare. I'll drag that down a bit. But ultimately, they've got to find someone. There is 4 students who have been murdered, and it could be anyone. At this stage, it could be anyone. And what happens if something happens again down the line? Or this person has got a taste for it and realises how useless law enforcement are and does it again. Now, they're saying that the university students are actually refusing to go back to campus until this is done, until they've found out who has done this. Now, I don't personally blame them, because this person's got into the property and killed people and left scot-free. And you hear so many things saying about how sloppy they were, but in my eyes, they couldn't have been that sloppy. Because if they were sloppy, we wouldn't be having this conversation, wondering whether they know their arse from their elbows. But anyway, let's have a look. They said Jack D was cleared. I think certain things that law enforcement say could be manipulation, like the sloppy comment. Now, that could be that they are trying to be antagonistic and try and get a reaction from the killer. We've seen before in other cases, such as Ronnie Lawson in the Summer Wells case, the push and release, when he said that the Wells family had got attorneys. So it's not uncommon for law enforcement to put something out or say something that could indeed be antagonistic to see what happens. We'll see. Did you see the pictures of the blue stuff down the door frame? What do you make of that? I haven't seen that, I don't think. I probably have, but I haven't taken any notice of it. Wording needs to be white on that banner, Harsh. Yeah. It's kind of, my theme is blue. I don't even know why it's blue. I'm lying. I'll try and make it out like I planned that, but I didn't. I don't even know how it got blue. What's going on there? Oh, I did see, before I forget, the giveaway. I'm going to announce the winner of the giveaway this week, coming at some stage. Because I haven't gone through all the comments, I haven't put them into I do like a random comment generator. I just haven't done it. I do apologise. I've had a lazy few days, but I'm going to be doing it this week. For those of you who are members and also doing the channel, the channel building, I've got 2 videos coming up, one tomorrow as well and one Thursday. Hello, Not So Dumb Blonde. And we've got this, which I'll put up here. Welcome to Harsh Reality, and thank you for being here. Don't forget to leave your... That looks like a tractor, but it's a DNA thing. That's my eyes. I'm old. Forget to leave your tractor on the thumbs up button. Sub and share. Please be respectful to chat. People do. We don't get a lot of drama, do we? So, yeah, with regards to the Idaho case, I personally, my thoughts is look, law enforcement, I think they're struggling. I think the house was a mess. I think forensics is going to be an absolute nightmare. I think they don't have a clue who done it. They can think that, that could be something to do with a stalker, but the parents then throw a spanner in the works and say, look, that's not the case. And look, is there a chance to enter? Yes. Ultimately, if you've not entered the giveaway, you can. You've just got to know how to, which means going back to my videos released on the 15th of November. The thumbnail has got a £200 in red. And yeah, watch that, and that's got the instructions, and that's going to tell you to watch the live and comment in the comments a hashtag. And I can't read anything in blue, so I do apologise. I will change it next time. I'll put white. I'll put white. Killer seemed familiar with the house. Yeah, the killer did seem familiar with the house, but I don't know. The amount of people who have entered that house, it could have been someone who's been in the house before, but not necessarily anyone to do with these. I think it's more than likely going to be someone known to them in some way, shape, or form. I do think that. But we'll see. Like I say, when they're now saying that there is no stalker, I don't know. You didn't spend hours meticulously planning your colour scheme? No, I should have done, but I didn't. I have got to do more. Thank you very much, Sensei Wackadoodle. I'm going to read this. It will take time to process the samples taken at the scene and all the computer phone forensics. The dog may have contaminated the scene also. You're right. I do know that this is going to be from that side of things. They've got some work to do. They have got some work to do, and we could be a few weeks yet before we hear anything. But when you think that we're not talking about someone who's jaywalked or someone who's, I don't know, put a bag of shit on someone's doorstep and set fire to it, we're talking to someone who's entered a residence and murdered 4 people. And, they seem to be dragging their heels somewhat, which seems to be an occurrence that we see quite a lot in most of the cases that we deal with, that they drag their heels. We saw the same in the Summer Wells case. What's going on with the Summer Wells case now? Someone tell me in chat if you can tell me what is actually going on with the Summer Wells case now. Is it a cold case now? Because I have not seen anything, unless there's people making stuff up. I don't get it. Did they for sure recover the victims' phones? I don't think they've even mentioned the phones, have they? Not in terms of, the actual victims themselves. What is out there is pretty much it. We've obviously got that, the Joe guy, who seems to be a bit of a narcissist himself as well. Sorry, Joe, if you're watching. Not. He's just, I just don't get it. The paying for food situation, what he was saying. To me, everything he said was just about having a pop, making them look bad. And, that in itself, unless he's friends with that neighbour, to sell the sweatshirts with your merch. I didn't get that. What was that? To sell the sweatshirts with your merch. I don't understand. I might have missed something with that. Dilly Owens. A girl and her ex-boyfriend remind me of Beauty and the Beast, and I apologise, I really do. Yeah, Joe is a twat, is what Joe is. That's all I can say about him. There's nothing else to say about him. He's a narcissist. And I'm not going to waste any more breath. Yeah, so with regards to the Samuel Wells case, as I was saying, what like law enforcement assures us they've not gone cold. Has it though? Has it not? That there, by the way, where they're flashing them comments up, that is automatic. That is. I don't even know if I can change that. I think that's just automatic. I'll have to look into that because I didn't even set that up. That just comes out itself. Most homes in the US do not have bedrooms in the basement. I don't think this perp knew there were rooms in the basement. And the K-bar is designed with a hilt so you don't cut yourself. Yeah. It's possible. But I do think that whoever this person was, they felt like entering at that time, they were going to be safe. And when you think what day of the week it was, what time it was, and who it was, there was risk involved in that. So I think they had some familiarity with that property that gave them some sanctuary and confidence to do what they did. I don't think they went in there completely blind. Now, whether they weren't a stalker specifically over a long period of time or whether they've been watching this for a while, maybe a few weeks, I don't know. I just, something isn't right there. People are saying the blue stuff is a chemical that goes on clear white and turns blue as a symbolization that someone tried to clean up blood, but I'm clueless on that stuff. It's quite possible. There's a lot of chemicals that they use, isn't there, for checking to see whether blood has been cleaned up. Thank you, Sensei, for the super chat. Yes, thank you very much for the super chat, Sensei Wackadoodle. Love that name. Absolutely love that name. And anyway, we keep going backwards and forwards. Come on. Yeah, the Summer Wells case. I think this case has gone cold. I do. I do. I'll mention the giveaway again at the end just to make sure everyone knows what's going on, because I've got another giveaway later as well, which is going to be for merch. I've got some merch to send out to our last winner, and trying to keep on top of everything, and that's about it. So, what else have we got? So we've got the two other cases that we kind of touch on over here is the Michael Vaughan case, and also we've got Quinton Simon. Now, Quinton Simon's case, I'm still a bit annoyed, if I'm honest, at the fact that Billy Joe hasn't been strung up by a neck. But I don't know how you lot feel about that. You know, I think there's a lot of failings around this little boy, and they all should have been pulled in. I do, and I'm not very happy about it. You haven't given up on the Kylie case. I'm going to be speaking about the Kylie case shortly, okay, because there's been some things that have been brought to my attention. In fact, I'm going to just touch on this now. Now, not going to mention any names, of channels, but I have got to address a certain situation. And that is, look, anybody who is dealing with the Summer on the brain, the Kylie Rodney case, there are some channels who are doing a lot of stuff in the background. You know, they are trying to find information out about what happened. You know, a lot of people, myself included, feel that Kylie was wronged. I do not think for 1 second that the story that we're being fed is right. I don't think that Kylie went to a party with several hundred people, got into her vehicle at the end of the night, and drove herself into the reservoir with no witnesses, no one about, No one knew what happened, and the rest is history. I don't get it. I will touch on Sean's case as well before we go. That is the Sean Doherty case. Yeah, I don't get it. Charlotte living late time. Sent you a shout out, and me and my sister subscribed today. Yeah, I do love that guy. He is a legend. Living Late Time. If you haven't seen that guy's channel, head over there. Living Late Time. He's very similar to myself. He does a lot more short content, but he's got the same kind of mentality as me. Anyway, I digress. I do not believe for 1 second that this girl drove herself into the reservoir. I don't get it. I won't buy that. And I will continue to look into it. But, there are other channels who are claiming that they are doing a lot more for the cause. And they're getting assistance in doing it. They're asking people to assist. And look, they might be. They may be. I'm not saying for 1 second that they're not doing what they're saying. But what I am going to say is that it doesn't look like they're doing what they're saying. It doesn't look like they've got paid resource, because you can get a lot more for your money and a lot more free than what this person's putting out. BJ struck a deal with law enforcement from day one to inform on her daughter. Good morning from Australia. Thank you very much, McCaw. What's that? McCaw Mama from Australia. I love Australia, but the spiders, fuck that. I couldn't handle it. The first spider I saw, I'd jump on the fucking airplane. Even if it didn't have a seat, I'd hold on to the wing and fly back home. Definitely. Ugh. Don't like them. I'm, they could be doing it. I'm not saying they're not, guys. Not at all. I'm not saying. What I am saying is I don't know, and what they're showing, in my opinion, is just not consistent with what you would get if you were spending that amount of money. And look, it could be that they have been asked not to put certain things online. It could well be. I've been in that position myself. But even the videos that are done that are giving the information, there is something wrong with that. There is something wrong with that information. I don't see why you would take 40 minutes to give some information on a car fucking sunroof that was out weeks ago, and you could say in 3 minutes. I just don't get it. And I do not and will not have anything to do with that channel. I'm not affiliated with it. I'm nothing to do with that channel whatsoever. Nothing to do with that channel whatsoever. This is a channel, if you know who I'm talking about, this is a channel who approached another channel who does work and has gained information. They went to them to get the surname of someone. I'm not going to say who it is. The surname of someone who you can go out and get yourself in 10 minutes. Very easily. 10 minutes. And this is someone who's supposed to be paying for a PI, getting people to give them donations towards the PI, yet they can't find a fucking name, a surname of someone who you can find in 10 minutes for free. Not buying it. There you go. So just to make it very, very clear, I have nothing to do with that channel. And like I say, and that is purely because I just don't see enough evidence. I'm not saying they're not. I'm not saying they're not. There's just not enough there for me to think, yeah, I'm going on. And to think I was going to give them money. And to think if I had have done, and then I'd have saw a 40-minute video about a sunroof, I would have been jumping on a plane and gone after her myself. I'm afraid I agree, Harsh. It's dragged out full of nothing. I was hoping at first, but having watched a few, I'm now just yawning for an hour watching. And yeah, that's absolutely. Since someone's mentioned this friggin' blue writing, that's all I can see. I can see this blue writing now. I'm thinking that don't look right, so I'm gonna have a look at that. Not now, obviously. Hello, Brian. Hello, Brian Hoffman. Oh, I know who it is now. Ugh. And he needs to shower. Thank you. Grubby. So, yeah, and that's, with regards to that, no, in terms of that case, the Kylie Rodney case, I'm not going to be, I'm not going to be letting it go. I do have to, on the run up to Christmas, like loads of people, like you guys, do you know what I mean? It's an expensive time of year, and I don't want to throw money at it, and I don't want to ask for money. I don't ask for money. And once we get Christmas and everything out of the way, then I'll look at it. But I certainly ain't going to be asking people for money for it. Definitely not. Oh my god, a certain UK crime YouTuber I can't stand suggested that the perp of the Idaho victims did it because they were angry that maybe their football team lost that day before the killer. Please tell me who said that. Tiny Dancer, please tell me who said that. Because there are some that I just don't watch. I don't watch. But I do need to know who said that this was done because of a football result, because that fucking person's clearly a nutcase. Who is it? Please tell me. Someone tell me. I hope he enjoys the 3K he raised from YouTube viewers, because his channel will disappear if he committed fraudulent promises. Maybe he'll buy £3,000 worth of soap. Who knows? Dope. There you are. Where you been? You're late. I'm gonna dock. Hey, look, we've got her in. You know what that you're in. Let's give you a round of applause. She's in. Was that a bit too much? Hello, I didn't see. You might have already been here. To be fair, what I should do is put this screen that side and that screen that side. That would be probably better. So if you've been here a while, you just got that for nothing. You just got like a round of applause for nothing. True crime rocket science. Oh my god! Don't even talk to me about that person. I think isn't he South African or something? Don't think he's British, mate. I don't think he's UK. I think he's South African. He don't like me either. He don't like me. And do you know what? That's what I say to him. And he fucking knows it. But I'm a fucker, ain't I? Actually made it for the live tonight on time. Hey, who was that said that? I read it and I didn't see who said that. Who made it? That's there somewhere. Oh no. Well, whoever made it actually made. Oh, there it is. Wolf Goddess. Hello, Wolf Goddess. See, my eyes are bad. I need like a telescope. That's what I need. Telescope. So, with regards to, someone's giving me a thumbs down. That's not very nice. That's probably that channel we was just talking about. That's not very nice, is it? Thumbs down. Hit it twice. If you're going to give me a thumbs down, at least hit it twice. So, the Michael Vaughan case. So we're now saying that she is not compos mentis. She can't be spoken to about anything. I think we realised that she was not compos mentis when she told them to dig up her garden. I don't think that they're going to find anything in this garden. If they have in the meantime, I did have a look. I couldn't see anything. Just don't get it. Southern Logic, my man, how you doing? How are you? This guy, if you haven't seen this guy, go and have a check out on his channel as well. I'd bet my channel on it being a scam. Yeah, like I say, I haven't seen enough to say that he's not the most authentic. Damn fucking straight, Danielle. Do you know something? This is that true crime rocket science. To make that statement, that is some sort of arrogance in it. And just as I saw that, just as I was about to say that, someone beat me to it. Donut. Pure arrogant. Yeah, he is. He don't, like I say, he don't like me. Science sure ain't American. No, he's not, James. Like I say, I think he's South African. That's what he is, from South Africa. Sup, Sandy South. How long have we been on? Time flies, doesn't it? Time absolutely flies. What have we got likes? 518 likes. Come on, we just need a few more. To be fair, I don't care if you don't. I don't want too many people in there. The chat goes mental. I know it helps with the algorithm and all that, but I prefer like a bit of a... You know, when you have like a more intimate gig, when you have a few people, not like a load of people. Can get a bit much, can't you? Fuck all them harsh haters. Got your back, bro. Us southern US girls are sweet and polite on the regular, but will fuck some shit up if you mess with someone we care for. I'm always going to get haters because I don't follow the crowd, should I say. We just kind of... We stay true to what we need to stay true for. Anyway, what was I talking about? I was talking about the Michael Vaughan case before you lot rudely interrupted me. So the Michael Vaughan case, they're obviously digging up this neighbour's garden. Dope, where are you? Dope. Are they still digging up the garden? Or is that all over now? I would like to know if they are still digging up the garden. I think that they've stopped. Now I've got 3 people who have given me thumbs down. Stop giving me thumbs down, all you supporters of them other people. Look, I'm just saying it as it is. No people are not going to like it. TCS. That Carl, I don't know what his name is. True Crime Rocket Science. Carl is the he was... Oh, what was his channel called again? We had some grief a long time ago. No, they finished last Friday. So was we right then, Dope? Was we right in the fact that they found nada and they were never going to find anything? I genuinely don't get it. Digging was complete on the 18th. So from what I could see myself, it just looks like it was a complete waste of time. And if anything, all that did was make the family look even more sketchy, because the fact that when they were digging that garden up, the certain members of that family were on YouTube laughing and joking and pissing about in a live, when you'd think that they'd probably have more pressing things on their mind. There you go. Why? Let's have a look over here. Can they come and dig my garden for me? Yeah, maybe that's what you do. If you've got some gardening to do, just ring Idaho. They'll probably let us know. Update coming on Wednesday. So I think if they'd have found something, they'd have come out already, weren't they? They'd have come out immediately. The fact they're taking till Wednesday is to see how they're going to explain this to the public. What? Do you know what I mean? That's my thought process. Probably waiting on forensics to come back from lab from the search inside the house. We'll see. I don't personally think that's going to find anything. I'd love to see this case brought to a close. I genuinely would, but at this stage, I just don't see it. So yeah, that's Wednesday. So far in the upcoming week, what do we got? So we've got the press conference for Michael Vaughan. I'm going to try and chase up on the Summer Wells case as well. Thank you very much, Momo. For I think that's a super sticker. Yeah, so with regards to the Sun Wells case, I think I'm going to chase that up as well and see where we are with that. And we've got Quinton Simon's case, which that's going to run its course. I don't know whether we've got any more YouTubers looking to camp outside anybody's house in the upcoming days to give us all something to fucking laugh at. I'm talking all facts about Squirrel Girl. Who are you? What was that about? The Squirrel Girl does do a lot of work. Now, don't get me wrong, mistakes can be made. Nobody is, you know, you can make mistakes. Things can make mistakes. But, yeah, you can also lift people's legs. And that's what I seem to be seeing a lot of. Freckles, thank you. That is Freckles, isn't it? Yeah, I didn't want to call you Freckles, and that was like something else. Calling you Freckles. But thank you very much. And what else? So we've got, so we're going to be following the Idaho case, making sure that, you know, you guys have got all the information as that comes out. Like I said at the beginning, there's not a lot left on that. I believe they are looking for the forensic side of things. They've obviously been back in the house. They've taken a load of bags of stuff out there. They're obviously going through all of that. And with regards to the students themselves, they have now said that a lot of them are not going to return until this is over, which is going to put even more pressure on them to get it done. We're getting more and more information that's coming out. Thank you very, very much, Dilly. Thank you. And yeah, and that is about it. That is about it. There's literally not really any movement whatsoever. The Kylie Rodney case, that's seemingly still under investigation according to them, but there's speculation on whether our law enforcement just saying that so they don't need to say anything else, or are they genuinely looking at it? Because in my eyes, they should really still be looking, and they should still be looking at things. Thank you very much, Beautifully Damned. Have a friend building channel. I recommended your channel. He's a law tuber, so not on your toes. Hope it's okay. No, that's absolutely fine. Like I say, this is about, for those of you who don't know, for members at the moment, what I'm basically doing is doing a channel building course, doing videos each week. This week, I'm doing 2 because I've missed one on Friday. The reason I missed one on Friday is because I had to sort another camera out. So I don't know what the picture's like tonight. I can just see it on this screen, but I don't know what the quality's like. But I had to replace the camera. And so yeah, I replaced that. And so I will be doing, so it's basically just to help people who either themselves or perhaps a family member, they might have a son or a daughter who's looking to build a channel, and I'm going to go through every single thing from start to finish, and then we're going to do some Q&A live streams on that as well, just for those who are interested in building a channel. But that is about it for this live. I'm going to go through some questions. I'll just tell you about the giveaways that you can enter, and that is pretty much it. I don't want to keep you for any longer than you need to be kept. You know, over here we just like to keep it short, keep it sweet. You may not have got value out of this one, but just remember there are channels that will take this long, 43 minutes to tell you about a sunroof on a car. Now, I'm sure we've done more than that here. But giveaways. So if you are not familiar with the giveaway that we're in the process of doing now, go back to my videos from the 15th of November. There has been, there's a thumbnail, and in the thumbnail, it's got £200 written in red. Watch that video, and that will give you the instructions to watch a live, which was from 3 or 4 nights ago, and comment something within the comment section of that live. And then once that's been done, I will be picking someone at random to win some money, which is going to be £200 or $200 or 200, the equivalent of £200 in your currency. Thank you so much, Jax. Thank you very much. 10 for y'all, my babies. I will do it. I'm going to do it. And so that's that. I'm also going to be doing a giveaway at the end, probably at the weekend, actually. I'll probably do that at the weekend. That's going to be another merch giveaway. I'm just waiting for a piece of merch to come in, which I can show you, and then I'm going to do a giveaway on that. And that's my plan, anyway. Hopefully it'll go well. On Idaho, 4 heard a news ball blogger set a 25 grand reward as well. Offered live roommates $50K to talk. That's pretty much. To be fair, I'm going to say this. I reckon that when it's this kind of murder and you've got young people involved, that may not be a bad shout, to get some money involved and start throwing some money about and saying, look, if you know something, then there's some money in it for you, because they'll sell their fucking grannies for chips and beans, some of these kids. And that's a fact. Do you know what I mean? I think a fight happened prior and 4 witnessed it. Perp left, hence all the calls. Perp returned, took out witnesses, hence why 2 survived. The only thing I say about that is, if a fight had broken out that was so bad that they then had to kill the witnesses, I would imagine that would in itself have had to have been a fatality fight, unless there's some other body somewhere. To me, this was either, like they've said before, this is either an attack on who they were as individuals. So that was someone who was pissed off with them because they were jealous of them, or they felt that they were privileged. This attack on, that kind of thing. Just a personal attack on who these were as individuals, jealousy, or frustration that they couldn't be with them, that kind of thing. Some little greasy rodent who had seen some pretty girls and wanted to get with them and knew he couldn't, so that went that way. Or something else. And, if it's not that kind of thing, then it could just be a psycho. It could just be a psychopath. But, yeah, this says, the killer was so meticulous, he seems to have done this before. I think it was planned. You see, the only thing I'll say to that, Donna, is we don't truly know how meticulous it was. Because in one hand you think, look, he went in, he got out, and got away and hasn't been found. But the flip side of the coin is he left 2 people alive in the house. Now, was that by accident? Was that because he wasn't familiar with the layout of the house? Was it that he was only targeting those 4? I don't get why 2 of them in there were left. Because ultimately, how does that person know that one of those people were not awake and didn't see them and just hid away? I don't get that. That was a risk. And why wouldn't he have, he or she, I think the majority of people think this is a he. I don't get why 2 people were left. Why was it them 4 that were murdered and 2 were left? I don't get it. I don't get it. I can't. It's the Venmo payment thing that has me thinking, why total at $330? Yeah, I had that in another video. For those who are unfamiliar with this was one of the Jacks. And Jack's sister has a Venmo account, and there was a payment made, and the reference on that Venmo payment was simply said 3:30 a.m. and they're putting the times of deaths at some time after 3 a.m. So it's a bit odd. There's a load of little things that just raise your eyebrows with this, and they're like, what's that? But the doors were locked and he was then exhausted. Yeah, it could well be. There is, but if you've murdered 4 people, then you could kick a door down. Or I don't know. Just something doesn't ring true to me. The fact that 2 people were left. I think the 2 housemates left know who the killer is. My May, that is. We will see. We'll see. We'll see how this pans out, but I think we've got some shocks to come with this one. Strap yourselves in, because there's going to be some things come out on this that I don't think we were considering even. This is going to be a shocker. It will be a shocker if that law enforcement actually sort this out, actually, because, like I say, at the moment, I just don't think they have any clue whatsoever. And for that, I do apologise, but that's just how I see it at the moment. Hi, Mama. Hi, Harsh from Australia. Love you. Like I say, all these people in Australia, I have to say, I wish I could live in Australia. The hot weather, the barbecues, and the beautiful beaches. That Bondi Beach looks lovely. But spiders, I just can't handle them. I just can't handle them at all. So before I go, I'm going to say this, like I said at the beginning. The cat, for those of you who have been following the ongoing saga, we have a cat, and the cat is a prick. He thinks he owns the place. Today, I've watched him try and tow the Christmas tree round the friggin' living room. But we got the dog, which is down here. I'll get him. So this is dog. This is innit dog. This is Milo. So we got Milo, and the cat really liked the fact that we got Milo. Are you trying to talk? Trying to blow in it. Yeah, the cat rarely doesn't like the dog. So for a few days, it went to live upstairs and refused to come downstairs. And it's sad. I didn't like the fact that the cat was living upstairs. But now he's come back down. But they don't really get along. The dog wants to eat the cat's tail, and the cat wants to claw the dog's eyes out. But they're just constantly winding each other up. Not nastily. Like, the cat will run away when the dog goes near it, but then when the dog runs to get back away from the cat will then chase the dog. So, I don't know. But no, they are, they've given us quite the runaround. But yeah, Milo is lazy. That's what he is. But anybody thinking about getting a French Bulldog, one thing I will say is, even though they look really cute, and look, he does look really cute, don't you? He's lazy, and he smells really bad. Like, really, really bad. So he's lazy, and he smells. Sean Doherty, before we go, I'll put him back down for a minute. Sorry, mate. He kind of fell. And just lays there. So Sean Doherty case. So the Sean Doherty case, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the Sean Doherty case, let's just touch on this, and we've got to be careful how we talk about this case. So Sean Doherty is a 12-year-old boy who they're ruling his death as self-inflicted. Okay, self-inflicted. But the way in which he was found, it doesn't look like it at all. I'm talking about hands tied beside him, so tight that they struggle to get him undone, bag over the head, his glasses thrown, feet clean, with no shoes, no socks or anything, and made his way into the garden with clean feet. A load of things. If you haven't seen it or don't know, you're not familiar with this, go to my playlist and look at that case. But yeah, it's been ruled as self-inflicted, and there's a lot of stuff. And like I say, I will say, look, please go and watch it. Go check that case out, and just throw me some comments. Just see what you think to this case. This is horrible. There is pressure being put on law enforcement still to this day, but law enforcement are not having any. As we speak, law enforcement are not interested. They are basically just saying, look, it is what it is. We've investigated. I don't know what you want us to say. Some parents, they just don't want to hear the truth. My argument is this. Even if it was, and I don't think it was, but even if it was, there would be evidence to support that he did it for a reason that points to something that needs to be investigated. I'm treading carefully, but those of you who have watched them videos will understand what I'm saying. What he was wearing and the manner with what that was done, how it was done, even if it was self-inflicted, that was pointing towards perhaps a potential reason for that. But I'm still looking at it. I'm still in the background, but they do have a private investigator involved in it. So there's only so much that I want to do. I've spoken to members of the family, or one specific member of the family, and I've tried to reach out to another, but had no response yet. But like I say, I'm still doing stuff. There's just no point in putting a load of stuff out about it. There's a playlist. There's a lot of stuff in there. And I think if you dig too deeply, you could end up looking at some things that could point the finger in some directions that you might not want to, because there are some elements to this case that make you kind of think, yeah, there's some stuff that sits uncomfortable. But I just implore you, go and have a look and really listen to them. For those of you who haven't seen them videos that I've done, that is the mum's words. That is actually what the mum has written herself, and that is word for word what she said, and that is a complete rendition of the time from when he was found up until afterwards, and the police getting involved, so on and so forth. So go and have a look, because it is interesting. Brianna, I still don't think he done it, but if so, circumstances surrounding are suspicious, and that's exactly what I think, 100%. Hi Harsh, have you seen where people are claiming you can see the reflection in the business window of the car parking up the girls at the food truck in the Idaho case? I have, and they're full of shit, in my opinion. And that's why there's no point in even talking about it. I like how you are so honest and out there. Sometimes, Harsh, I go, is that okay? No, we just say how it is, don't we? Say it how it is. That's it. What more can you want? What more can you want? A little bit of singing, perhaps. I'm a good singer. You know that. And all I will say is that's it. I think we're done. I think that's all that I can keep you here for this evening. I don't want to keep you here much longer than I have to, like I say. We've covered the cat and dog escapade. We've covered the little bits of information that there is in the case. There isn't a great deal. And I'm hoping in this upcoming week, there's some more stuff that we can have a look at. It's... there's a lot of things going on in the background. That's all we know, and quite rightfully so. We're not. They don't have to tell the public anything. I think they should be telling people if they're unsafe. I think law enforcement, especially in the Idaho case, and what I will say is, what the fuck is in the water in Idaho? What are they drinking? bring Sienna back for Crimbo songs. I definitely will get Sienna to do some singing over the Christmas period, definitely. And we shall sing some songs together.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Too soon? Look, it's nearly December. So chill your beans, all you anti-Christmas people. But yeah, we'll get her back. And she will be singing. Not as good as me, but she'll be singing. But apart from that, I think that is pretty much it. So, what I will say is, I'll put this up here, look, because this is the most important part of the evening. When we say good night, and remember, y'all are my babies.